Welcome back to the Sidekicks podcast. Hopefully, you know us by now, but if you don't, hi, I'm Sean. I'm a professional dancer in New York City.
And I'm Megan. I am Sean's sister, and I am a current Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. And we are two siblings in the same industry, just wearing totally different shoes.
We release episodes every Thursday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Make sure to follow us on social medias at the Sidekicks Pod.
Whoop.
Let's get into it, Megan.
All right, let's do it.
All right, Megan. So last episode, we took a fun trip down memory lane. We got to talk a lot about our background and how we kind of got to where we are now. This episode, what are we going to talk about?
This episode, we're going to take a peek behind the curtain. There's a lot of roses and daisies, those...
So many flowers. And what you were trying to say is that
rose-colored glasses.
Sure.
Anyways, yes, we're going to take a peek behind the curtain and we're going to show you what the reality of our dance careers look like, the finances, the injuries, the really big sacrifices that it took to be where we are, and honestly, what it just takes to be a professional dancer.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a glamorous perception on what we do. And obviously, there is. Like, we do what we love, and we're doing it on really big platforms and stages. And that's so cool. I mean, you've done tours, you've danced with so many cool celebrities, but there are different realities that we do have to face behind it. So,
Absolutely.
a couple things we want to talk about: financial reality, we want to talk about the physical reality, and also an emotional reality that maybe we don't think about it when you think about dance as a career. Let's get into the first one. So first thing we want to talk about, financial reality.
Ooh, scary.
The hidden costs.
I think it's evident. Yes, I think it's evident that dancers are not paid a ton. That's kind of been the known from the start, even for us. And it hasn't like pushed us away from even pursuing this as a career. We knew this.
Oh, no.
So,
but I mean, you dealt with this on your season.
Yes,
you were one of the main people that got that bump in your salary pay for the DCC. Do you want to talk about that briefly?
Sure, yes. That was definitely one of the hardest things I've ever done for myself and for others. I think I had to put myself in a very uncomfortable position. I think at the end of the day, if we weren't doing that, I don't know how any other NFL cheerleading teams would be able to do that as well. I think if there's a successful team that is doing well and is kind of put on a pedestal, not by choice, then how would any other teams, not have that same voice, like rooting for them? Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of hard to put into words.
And we can talk about that definitely more like further time. But I feel like the reason that you did have that conversation and like you had to have that because there are so many costs that go into having and maintaining a dance career. You're paying for classes, headshots, you're flying places. If you get injured, you got physical therapy. You have your gym membership. You have to buy equipment for self-tapes, skincare, hair care, body care, food to maintain your instrument.
Physique.
There are so many things. I mean, even like in New York, you want to take one class, it's now about $30. And that's taking $30 away from rent, from other things that you have to do. So like there are so many, the hidden costs of looking employed. I feel like people don't realize how much money dancers are spending to just keep the system going.
Completely. Yes. Like you said, our bodies are our instrument and even like our resume in a way. And if we don't take care of that, like, then how are we going to even survive in the industry? Like, you have to dance so you can dance. Like, you have to be able to
how do we get money? Side jobs.
From the Sidekicks.
Ooh. Megan, you started working when you were in college, right?
Yes, I taught dance in college. I worked for two companies. So the first one was a little company that taught cheer and dance to all the little neighborhood elementary schools. And I also worked with special needs students, and they were literally the light of my life. I miss them so much.
We love them. I remember you sending me so many pictures from class and videos, and it looked so much fun. And they looked like the best crew.
They were so positive and honestly just, like, brought my love for dance back. But anyways, so many fun jobs. What about you? I know you had, like, 5 at one point or something. You always had
I
something.
always had jobs. When I was in college, I think the most I had was probably 4
Oh my
jobs.
gosh.
I was working at Disney, I was teaching at 2 dance studios, I worked at the fitness center at my campus, and I worked at the student union. So I guess 5. That
Is
was all on top of double majoring, dance team, doing all the shows. I did not sleep. We'll definitely talk about sleep debt soon, but, no, it was a ton of work, and I mean, like, I think both of us can attest. Our parents, they definitely supported us in every aspect, but they also wanted us to learn about finances. So they paid for our room and board, and they're like, "You're paying for your school, and you're paying for anything else. That's all coming out of your pocket." So we had to fill them some out.
Yes, and you and I are just busy bees in general, so we just
No, like
knew that if we worked really hard in college, it was gonna set us up the best for
100%. And even
after
like
school.
after that, when you moved to Texas, you needed
Oh
a
my
job, you needed
gosh.
money.
Yes, I feel like it's crazy. Both of us have had to, pick up where we've been comfortable and
Yeah.
go somewhere where we have no idea what we're doing, don't know anyone yet. So that was a very like grown up decision for
For
me.
you're
I
the one that
remember
made it first and it inspired me.
aw. But yes, I just remember I was like looking on LinkedIn for so long. But yes, I worked at a financial firm and I started out as the receptionist and then we didn't have anyone in marketing at our firm, and I was like, "I can, like, help out," and then they ended up promoting me to the marketing and recruiting associate, and then I got bumped up to the marketing specialist, and so I was there for 4 years, all on top of my DCC schedule.
Yeah, that is crazy. You were no sleep,
No, I
no
was
nothing.
no, literally no sleep. The schedule was 8 to 5, and then I would go straight from work all the way back to Frisco and practice from, like, 7 to 10.
It's
So it was a
loco.
full day, like, every day was
Loco
a
crazy.
12-hour day.
I had like the complete opposite
Yes.
experience here. When I moved out here, no job. I had saved a lot of money and I spent it immediately on my rent, on gas, on food, on dance
Yes.
classes and Broadway shows. So I had
And Broadway
$0. So
shows, the
yeah,
essentials.
the most important. And so I was like, what can I do? What can I do? I need money. So the first thing I did was Uber eating. And I would just drive around and pick up stuff.
Uber
And I was like,
eating, it sounds like
I
you're, like,
have
eating for a living.
I wish I could. It wasn't that fun. I was like, I have 3 degrees and I'm
Oh, yeah.
giving people McDonald's, getting no money. I remember there was one time where I
Oh,
literally had to pick up Chick-fil-A from a mall and I parked outside because it was on the 3rd floor and I didn't want to pay for parking. And I ran up the stairs, came back down. I look outside, my car is getting towed down the street. And
oh my god.
I ran with my Chick-fil-A 12 count nugget and a sweet tea in my hand and I chased after it as far as I could until there was basically no more sweet tea and the car was gone and I'm in the middle of New Jersey
Oh my
and
god.
I had to pay $180 to get my car back. I still
Ugh.
delivered the food and they gave me no tip. So yeah, we
Are you
definitely
kidding?
had our fair share of work. Thankfully now I work in fitness and it's more fun, but same thing, lots of crazy hours and it's
I
okay.
know. It's
We
like every
live.
day is different with our schedules. Like I know you were like working with a Broadway choreographer today and I had an appearance. I know. I'm like, don't get used to this.
No.
Don't get used to the full glam, but
No, it's crazy.
we make it work.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
No, for sure.
We make it.
We make it. We make it. Well, I feel like another thing that's like kind of tied to finance is injuries. Injuries
Mhm.
can be crazy expensive, and that's not something
Absolutely.
that we always like think about. What's this injury that scared you the most?
So it's funny that you say that. So when I first moved to Dallas, I did not realize that I already had a knee injury. So once we were in the thick of training camp, my knee really started to hurt. After making the team, I was like, I need to see a doctor. And I got an x ray and I got an MRI of my knee. And I get a call from the doctor. He says, Megan, you have been dancing on a broken leg all of training camp. And I said, "I'm
Ugh.
sorry. My French. What? Excuse your French. What are you saying?"
I don't speak
Whatever.
any
We
English.
don't speak anything. Yeah, what? And he said there was a small fracture in my tibia plateau in my knee. Like, I saw the Cowboys doctor, the one who's actually in charge of all the football players.
Yeehaw!
Yeah, yeah. He sees far worse, but he was like, "You're gonna be fine." I also had a sprained ACL. That is
Yeah.
the big thing I forgot to say.
I remember
And
when you were doing your like, when you were getting ready to audition for this last year, you were, like, calling me every day with, like, a new injury. You're like,
oh my
"Oh,
gosh.
my neck is broken, and I can't move my shoulder, and my hip is also hurting, and everything is
Lit-
broken." I was like, every day I would be
Literally.
like, "Ah, ooh,
Yes.
ugh."
Yes. No, that was probably one of the scariest ones this past year. But yeah, this past season, I was just practicing with Reese, getting ready for finals, and I just like looked to the left and my neck completely froze up and could not tilt my head. I couldn't even look.
There's no
I
hair
was not
whipping
okay.
in BCC land.
Literally none at all. I
None.
get to wear a slick bun.
Yeah.
No hair in my
No, that's
face.
crazy.
Yeah, that was
But the
definitely one
moral
of
of
the
this story
scariest.
is
Ugh.
that injuries are expensive. I remember
Mhm.
before I started Radio City, the balls of my feet were literally broken, and I was like,
My gosh.
I can't do anything. Like, it hurts to walk. And I went to the best sports podiatrist I could find, and I was like, please help me. And he was like, all right. And I was like, I will pay anything. I mean, I didn't really mean that, but I think he literally took that. It was like, he's like, get an x ray on both your feet, and then we'll take a cast of both your feet for like an orthotic. And I was like, how much is that? And he was like, 350. And I was like, oh, okay. A foot. I paid $700 for orthotics. I paid like a couple hundred
Oh my
dollars for x-ray. I
gosh.
left that single appointment with a pair of insoles and $1,200 bill. I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
excuse me. So keeping the body healthy and functioning apparently costs you an arm and a leg.
Take my arm and a leg at this point.
Literally, I need a new one anyways, so please. I don't think you want it.
Yes.
You're getting 2 bad legs. But, like, on top of that, there's, like, this injury paranoia that it's not just the injuries themselves, but the fear now of anything you do could potentially injure yourself, like, going on a run, "Ooh, hopefully I don't twist an
Oh my
ankle," or
gosh.
even, like,
So
looking at your
true.
friend, "Hopefully I don't break
I
my
know.
neck like Megan."
Hopefully I don't look at you and then I'll literally have a broken neck.
No, but,
Seriously. Ugh.
a normal person gets to tweak their ankle and they get to rest, but for us, if you do something like that, you're potentially out of a job now. They might throw a swing in, they might take you out completely, or
Mhm.
you might be out for a couple weeks of no pay. So it's like, eh, spooky.
I know that's
It's
why so many of us just push through the pain. I know there's so many girls on our team right now that have torn labrums and they've got neck injuries. Like, there's just
yeah,
so much, but we want to make the most of our short career because it's
yeah.
only for such a small amount of time in your life. You're like, I want to be on the stage. I want to be performing. I
You
will
wanna do
give
it all.
everything to be out there just so,
Yeah.
like, I can have that moment. You work
No,
so
and
hard. You don't want to just throw it away for something small to happen.
yeah, and that goes into the next thing, which is being overworked and overtrained. Because,
Mhm.
not only are you going to rehearsals, but you're also having to make sure you're staying physically fit. So, going to a fitness class or going to the gym and making sure you're strengthening muscles so you don't get injured, but also
100%.
making sure you can still dance at the caliber that you are. So, keeping
Mm.
everything fit while also doing the rehearsals, while also trying to work and while sleeping little, it's actually bonkers. Like, in college, I remember I never slept, and I don't know how I survived it, to be honest, because it was
You
going
still don't
from
sleep.
no, literally, like, Disney rehearsals would go from, like, 8:30 PM to, like, 5:30 AM sometimes, and then I would literally just go home, study for a test, maybe sleep a half an hour, and then go and do school all day and literally repeat it, and, like, that's just you have to make it work.
Exactly. You have to make it work.
I would sleep in the
Ugh.
car, I would sleep on the floor, I would literally sleep in class, not intentionally, but I would just pass out from exhaustion.
Oh my gosh, I can relate. I don't know why, but my body was like clockwork. We would have weights in the morning because when you're on the dance team, we have to work out as a
Yeah.
team. And some of us would have a 7 a.m. workout, and then I would get to my 9 a.m. class and
Yeah.
I would always be, like, taking notes, and I could see the scribbles because I would start to fall asleep and I'd bob my head. But yes, I completely agree. It's just we always have to make it work. You really have to take care of your body. I mean, since we're talking about this subject, and you kind of are an expert, I mean, for those of you that don't know, Sean teaches Orange Theory. He's basically a personal trainer, fit king. What would you say, like, your best tips for taking care of your body are?
I definitely am a big, huge hypocrite because, like, I would say that, like, the
You
most
do not
important thing you
practice
can
what you
do
preach.
is sleep and rest. Those are the 2 things. You need sleep and you need to let your muscles recover, and I feel like that is something I'm still working on a lot. I know that it's important, I know it is, but some people, like, when I tell people that, they're coming to the gym 7 days a week, and
Mhm.
I'm like, "Go to sleep, don't come to my 5 AM class." Maybe take a day off and rest. But for me, it's like I can't necessarily follow that. I have to be up at 3:30 to teach the classes and I have to go to rehearsal afterwards. Like right now I'm rehearsing Monday to Friday, 5 hours a day, Saturday and Sunday, 9 hours a day. And then on top of that, I coach throughout the week and I still need to go to the gym and make sure that like I'm still keeping myself active and I still try and, take a dance class here and there and it is crazy. So something I
It is
would
so
like to do
much.
better is prioritize sleep, but I feel like it's kinda like that same thing, like when you're in college, you can pick 2 things, but you can't have all 3. It's like sleep, you can have a social life, or you can have money, and you can't have all 3 of them. You gotta
Yep,
sacrifice something.
totally. It's a hard balance.
I feel like, not as much for me, but there's also, like, as a DCC, you have this image that you have to look up to, and people are constantly expecting you to have this perfect image when it comes to your body and how you look and
Mhm.
how you maintain yourself. You have spray tans, you have to get your hair done, your nails done, your
Oh
everything.
gosh.
Give us a little deep dive into that.
Where do I even start? I think when I was working my corporate job, it was really tough because I wanted to have time for me and I was just pouring everything into everything else except for myself. I wanted to have that time to, you know, recover, go to workout classes, eat healthy. But to be honest, sometimes that schedule doesn't allow for it. But yes, it also comes with the cost of the public perception of you, and you're in the eyes of thousands, now millions.
Yeah.
Sometimes that even that Netflix screen adds like 10 pounds. But I'm like, "Ooh." So, hoping for the best.
No, and it's like not
Um,
only that, it's like what we talked about, your body is your resume, and,
mhm.
people don't always take into consideration sleep affects your work,
100%.
food affects your work, stress affects your work, aging, injuries, like all of these things affect
Everything.
your body. And it's crazy that people just expect you to always be perfect.
Fit. Exactly. It's so funny. I've had people always think that, like, I don't eat anything too. I've had people at work have be like, what are you having for lunch today? A
Listen,
strawberry?"
people, Megan eats. I know. She
Me and my
eats.
popcorn. Um, but yes, that's the other part. Back earlier in the days, I think there was some unhealthy eating habits, and I think we've come to a really good place now. But in order to do these game days, you have to fuel yourself. You cannot just
Yeah.
have a banana and expect to perform well because then you'll look exhausted, you'll look fatigued. You can't get through a 4-hour game. And you really have to take care. You have to eat the right things, got to drink a ton of water. And I think when, we're on such go, go, go schedules, some of us are just like, I'm going to have a caffeine, caffeine, caffeine. And then you're
Caffeine,
like,
caffeine. Woo!
ah, yeah, you and I
We
both are
love
kind of guilty of that as well. So
guilty.
it's hard. And then, yeah, adding all the aesthetics, I mean, I'm pretty open about I'm not I don't gatekeep. I'm like, I have extensions, like you have to get extensions. I don't have them in right now because obviously.
What you see
But
is
you have to
all real.
it is. This is all real. Do you know
That's
that?
beautiful, Megan. No, I didn't know that.
Okay, yeah, you could tell. But yeah, like you have to have your hair appointments, you have to have your nails nice, and you have to, the spray tans. I am a Irish girl through and through.
Yeah.
I am see-through if I don't have a spray tan. So, like,
She's
you
no,
have
you're
to
neon white.
neon white, thank you.
Yes.
Um, trying to embrace my natural skin tone, but
We'll get there.
I don't think I'm there yet. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, there's a lot of extra aesthetic things. And then for me personally, we can probably talk about this in another episode, but I get a lot of acne. I like struggle with acne. I have to put makeup on my face all the time and I
Yeah.
have to sweat in it. And so there's a lot of moments where I'm like, I feel like the ugliest person alive. I have had gut issues. I feel like I look 10 weeks pregnant, 10 months, and I'm just kidding, 9 months pregnant. That I know what I'm talking
Yikes.
about.
She was
I feel like
big.
she was even a month over the term.
That's a
No,
lot of
but I
food,
just,
Megan.
yes, there's been a lot of moments where I'm I do I just go run laps for dinner?
No.
But,
You eat.
it's definitely there's been some moments where it's like trying to take care of your body, trying to stay in the dance shape, trying to eat healthy. It can be all very
Try, try, try.
overwhelming.
I know. And it's like you
So,
gotta again, you gotta pick which one. What's gonna get the
mhm,
chopping block? Are you not gonna sleep? Are you
yeah,
going to not see your friends? And I feel like kind of like bouncing off of this, like going into more so the emotional reality of
mhm,
being in the dance world. Like kind of like what we were saying, like balancing relationships and that social life. Like you have to pick two. Are you gonna get sleep? Are you gonna make money? And like, or are you gonna see your friends? Because if you're gonna see them, cost money sometimes, and it's gonna take away time from some other facets of your life. So it's like,
or even that, it's like, "Oh, am I gonna hang out with my friends or am I gonna hang out with my friends and then I'm gonna miss my workout class the next day because 'cause I'm tired?"
yeah,
So it's
I
like, "Ah,
know. It's tough. And then like not only that, it's like also finding a partner that is going to allow you to do what you want, you know?
yes."
It's hard because, like, thankfully, to an extent, like, I mean, it's like a double-edged sword, but I'm, in a relationship with a dancer as well, and so, obviously, they understand, everything that I'm going through because they're going through it too, but it's
Right.
also they're gonna be gone for 6 months, doing a
Mhm.
job somewhere, and then I'm gonna be doing a job for a couple months, and I'm basically gonna be gone because it's so much work, so it's like that is something that goes into play is it definitely takes taxes on relationships because again,
Mhm.
you have to make it work with them. When are you going to see them? When are you going to get sleep? When are you
Totally.
going to have that that special time?
A special
When are you going
time.
to have that quality time with them? It could be special. Who knows? It might be the most special time ever, but you have to find it.
And I
Uh,
think with both of our schedules, there is a busy season where
yes.
you aren't going to see us.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it hard with those relationships because it's like, this is what I signed up for. And
And this is
this
what
is
you signed up for also.
for sure dating me. Yes, this is what you get as well. And sometimes we're at the mercy of what is expected from our employers and things can change. But for you, I know, like, even just like, for your season, you're gonna be during the entire holiday season, and
Yeah,
kind of for
no.
me as well, and so we miss out on a lot of things as well
Yeah,
with that.
especially since we already moved away, like, talking about, like,
Mhm,
family, like, we moved hundreds and thousands of miles away from where our family is, and I work on my birthday, I work on Thanksgiving, I work on Christmas
mhm.
Eve, I work on Christmas Day, like, I
Yes.
don't get to go home, and, like, same thing with you, you work on Thanksgiving every year,
Mhm.
you get maybe, like, what, like, a day or 2 to go home for Christmas?
It depends. Honestly, a little side note, our schedule release drops really soon, and so it's always interesting to see, where the games fall. It's like, will I have Christmas or will I not? So,
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
sometimes I've had Christmas Eve games, I've had the day after Christmas, so it just depends, and it's just kind of stressful to be like, "Okay, fingers crossed, we'll see where how things end up this year." So yeah, it's definitely we're at the mercy of whatever they need from us.
Yeah, but I mean, all these things said, yes, there are a lot of things that we have to think about that are our reality that maybe aren't the most amazing, beautiful things. But on the flip side, there are so many wonderful things about being in the dance world that hopefully you guys do see. And we do love to share, like, there's never a dull moment. It is just having the best times with the best people. I mean, I've made some of my closest friends, most of my closest friends through the dance world. Same thing with you. You're blessed with like this sisterhood.
I am, for sure. Yes, I think that's what makes all of this worth it is the people that you're surrounded by are all just like you. They've all
Yeah.
worked really hard to be in that position. And so you kind of find your people with the people you're on the team with. So it's been really great. I have some of my best friends. I've been their bridesmaids. I've stood by them on their wedding days. I've been there for them when they've lost family. They've been there for me when I've gone through some really tough times.
Yeah.
So it's you find those people and like that cheesy saying, it's like you never remember where you stand in a formation or if you were put on this one appearance, but you remember how people made you feel and how they treated you. That like
Yeah.
that's what you walk away with. You walk away with those friendships. But what would you say your biggest takeaways with dance have been?
I have nothing. No, I'm kidding. I definitely agree. Like, I love my dance friends. They are my closest friends. So I definitely can agree with that. I also like, in like a weird way, I mean, it's not a weird way. I just love that I get to move my body for a job. Like, I love
So true.
pushing myself to that limit, like getting breathless, getting sweaty. I love that. I'm like, I get paid to do this. This is crazy because I would pay lots of money to get this kind of workout to push
So
myself to this
true.
caliber. I'm like, that is amazing. And we've done like we've sat at desks and we've worked, and it is
It's
so
not
hard.
don't
Like,
recommend.
don't. If you're at a desk, leave it. No, I'm
Get
kidding.
out.
Stay there. People need to
We
work at
need you.
desks, but
We need
we need
people
you.
like you.
No, I love that I get to stay on my feet and I get to move around and jiggle and jump. So that's probably one of my favorite parts.
That's great. I think we should end this episode with like one last question.
Okay.
Obviously, I feel like we talked about some of the hardest parts in like the very real and raw parts of the dance industry, and it's all sounds kind of like, why do you even do this?
Boo, I
But
hate
there
dance.
obviously yeah, no. Obviously we love it and we do it for a living because of that love. And I think we both have been able to support each other through our dance careers. Well, one final question. What would you say your favorite part about being siblings in the industry has been?
Ooh, that's a good one. I really, really do love when we have like crossover episodes. Like
Oh,
when,
yes.
I've been so lucky that, I've been able to like work with you and your girls and the team and go and meet them and dance with them. Like that is so special. And then like on the flip side, you and your teammates will come and support me in like New York. Well, you'll watch my show and I'll get to watch you do Good Morning America or the Today Show. So there's just
So
like
fun.
it's so like it really is so cool to be like, "Oh my gosh, that's my sister."
Aw.
Like in the
Let's not
audience or
forget too that at San Diego State, I was so excited and everyone still talks about it to this day, how we had a dance showcase and then Sean got to come and dance at our San Diego State dance team
that was
showcase and
very
we did a
fun.
duet and it was so much fun and it was like the best time. Everyone loved the dance we did.
Yeah, no, it always is special because, we grew up dancing together every day and it was like, "Oh yeah, like there's my sister." And like we were
It's
just
like
like,
eye roll.
we had a like it was like obviously we had a great relationship growing up, but then it was kind of like we were plucked out from the family kind of in a weird way. It's like you went to Dallas and you were working
Mhm.
all the time and then I moved to New York and I was not always working, but I was busy and in New York. And to like have those moments where we get to, you know, see each other, dance with each other, share that love of dance is like, what a
What a
chef's
treat.
kiss.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's also for me, the best part about having like a sibling in dance has been that I can come to you and you're going to give me 100% honest feedback because
I don't lie.
you don't lie and you keep it straightforward and you're like, know what's best for me. And I know a lot of people don't know this, but Sean has done my solo the past 4 years, right?
The first
4
4
years.
years, I helped
Yeah.
with the last one. Then
So
I
yeah,
just
my
the middle
second year,
3.
my third, fourth, and a half. So like 3.5 solos. He
Yeah.
really helped with. So it was fun to like collaborate and kind of see what we could make together
Oh,
that
yeah.
would
That was
do well.
my
So,
partner, Josh, and I. That was like one of our favorite things to look forward to
yes.
was choreographing your solo and getting to work with you and seeing what
Wait,
we could come
fun
up with.
fact, if you could look above Sean, you see the dancing girl that I wrote him. Whoop, and I gave him the Barbie. So
I
my
can't reach it.
first Barbie I got as a DCC, it's like an award for a solo. I gave it to Sean and Josh. Oh, we're bringing it down. Show and tell. Oh, goodness. But yes, I wrote Sean a thank you card, Sean and Josh. And so, yes. Oh my gosh.
That
The
doesn't look
first
like
one.
Megan, but we call her Melissa.
I know, I definitely got a few Barbies with, like, different hair colors to mix it up. But, yes. So, all in all, it's been so fun having a sibling who's a dancer. Keeps it
I
real,
agree.
keeps it fun, push each other.
And look at us now, chit-chatting.
Yes. Chit-chatting. We hope to keep it real with y'all, too.
Always. Well, it's been real. It's been fun, Megan. Shall
It's
we
been
send
so
them
fun.
off?
We should send them off with a song. Goodbye for
Goodbye for
now.
now.
I
I'll
hope you like
you like
to
to
dance
dance with us.
us.
Again.
Sorry.
Well, that's our song, and we're going to be also releasing it on Spotify and Apple Music.
All in all, to say, at the end of the day, we love dance and we're incredibly grateful for the opportunities we had. And we also are just super grateful to have each other as siblings to lean on during these crazy times that are unpredictable and stressful. So it's just been really great that we have each other.
Yeah, I think it's nice that we can show people the side that you don't always see online.
Exactly. It's tough, but we both have made it work through the thicks and the thins, through thick and thin. And it's worth it in the end of the day.
Yeah.
And if you're struggling, know that you're not failing, that you're just human.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening. If this episode resonated with you, or if you liked it, or if you didn't like it, send it to someone you like or don't like. Doesn't matter. Just share it.
Sharing is caring.
Share
Anyways,
it.
episodes come out every Thursday, and you can find us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And make sure to follow us on all the socials at the Sidekicks Pod. All right.
All right. Thank you
We'll see you
guys.
next time.
Ciao for now.
Ciao for now. Bye.